What's up, guys? Well, it was supposed to rain today, so I didn't charge up my batteries, and so I got nothing charged, and it didn't rain. It's beautiful outside, and it didn't rain. Perfect weather to go fly, and I can't fly. So anyway, I guess today I'm going to work on some quads. Let me show you what I plan on doing here. Alright, I've got this quad here. This long-range quad that I really love. I'm really getting into this flying long range. And I've got a battery pack now that lets me fly about 10 minutes with this setup, and to be honest with you, after 10 minutes I'm done ready to land. One 10-minute flight a day on this thing is enough. It lets me do what I want, so but I believe I can get a little bit more out of it. So what I plan on doing is, well, one thing I want to do, I've done chewed my capacitor up here. I don't like the way this lead comes out the side, so what I plan on doing is making the lead come out somewhere else on top here. And I'm going to do away with these lights. There's no need in this drone having lights. I don't fly it at night, and it's just drawing more power, so I'm going to do away with the lights. And these are 2000 kV motors, 2207 Zing 2000 kV motors. These motors are great, but I mainly fly 4S on this thing to get longer range. And I know from experience in flying this one that these 1750 kV 2207 motors gets extremely long run times on 4S just cruising around. So I'm going to take the motors off of this Tanq, these 1750 kV motors, and I'm going to put them on this drone. And I'm going to take the motors that's on this drone and put them on my Tanq, because they'll be more suited for the type flippy flopping that I want to do out there between 4 and 6S battery. And I'm going to try to put an HD system in this Tanq today if I can. Try to figure out how to do that. So okay guys, so I have decided to just totally redo this thing. For one thing, the stack had these plastic standoffs like this in it, and I've had a lot of bad experiences with these plastic standoffs breaking. Hopefully I won't be crashing this one, since I'm doing mostly way up high long range flights, but you never know. I don't want to take a chance. And another thing, because these are so tall, it give way too much space in between the ESC and the flight controller, and that put the stack up so tall right against the top plate that you couldn't get a battery strap where you need to. And I also wanted to turn the ESC, the wires was coming out the side, and I want them to come out either the front or the back and come up through the top plate. So I just disassembled the whole thing here, and I'm gonna put regular stack screws in it and do it the way I would normally build one. And I've got all the motors off over there. These are the 2000 kV and these are the 1750 kV. I've got the Tanq tore down over there, so we're getting there. And I think I'm gonna leave all the TPU off this time, guys, because man, that stuff weighs a lot. Okay guys, it may not look much different, but it is. I have turned the ESC to where my wires can come up through here, and I cut a hole in the top plate right here like that, so the thing will fit through. I lowered the stack about 6 millimeters, so now with the top plate on, I got oodles of room all the way up and down across this thing to put my battery strap in. I tidied up the wires some. I took the capacitor that used to be on the wire way up there, and I put it down here right on the ESC, a brand new one, because I done chewed that other one up. And it's all looking pretty good. The only thing I'm going to do is remap the motors in the KISS GUI. All I got left to do here is put an end on it. Oh, and I got my new motors on the 2207 1750 kV motors. These are real efficient. So this is going to be my long range bird. Okay guys, I've totally redid the Tanq. It's got the 2000 kV motors on now. Let's see, I have got a HD, I've got an air unit in it, and I'm going to tell you what, the Tanq was not made for a freaking air unit. It will not fit. Of course I didn't let that stop me, but it don't fit on its own. I'm going to run the antennas like this out to the arms and tape them. I've got another drone I did like that. It works pretty well. I had to remove the back standoffs, which is fine because the way I'm going to do this, I believe it'll be even stronger than it was to start with. So it's stuck here with alien tape, and it's going to be stuck on top with alien tape, and it's going to be sandwiched down there real tight when I put these 2 screws here in. So I believe it'll be stronger than it was with just the 2 standoffs in it. Only problem is it ain't going to get much cooling on the top. All the cooling in the air unit's going to have to be around the sides and the back and the front. But I still think it'll run cool enough. I only run it on 700 milliwatts, and this is one of them flip-flop drones I'll be using out here in the yard, not a long range one. So she turned out sweet though, guys. That air unit's gonna look sweet in there, even though it's not meant for one. It sure the hell ain't made for one. But I got it just right. Just about done with it. Well, shit, guys, that was the job. I started at 11 o'clock today, and it's 1:30 in the morning now, and I just got done. I have spent almost 4 hours trying to figure out why my GPS quad here that I worked on, why it wouldn't work. I could get the motors to spin and everything, but it would just flip out every time I tried to take off, no matter how I set it. And one thing, if you wire it up straight, wire the motors up straight like they're supposed to be wired up, these motors turn the opposite direction of the motors that was on it. So I had to cross 2 of the wires on every one of them. That was just one problem. Next problem was I had turned the flight controller the ESC 180 degrees. Okay, so in KISS I turned the ESC 180 degrees in the KISS GUI program, but that wasn't right. It's only supposed to be 90 degrees, and I don't know why, because the ESC is turned 180 degrees in this thing, but yet the motors don't line up with where the right motors don't turn like supposed to. I like to have never figured it out, because it's not like BL Heli. Oh, it drove me crazy, but I finally got it. So I'll be testing them tomorrow, guys. See you then.